Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the WCW Worldwide Review Series for the 1st of May, 1993. We've got about 10 more of these to do, and then we get to go back in time, back to 91 and before. Sting in an enhancement talent match here. Sting still struggling to find a place to be. Around this time, he does get paired back up with Ric Flair in the next little while over the next couple of months, and forms the superpowers with Davey Boy Smith, aka the British Bulldog. But here in May of that year, that team up is forming, but not yet formulated. Punch kick and a Stinger splash. Sting is very satisfied with himself and gets a victory there. Arn Anderson says he wants his hand on Barry Windham in the weeks and months to come because he wants the chance to be a NWA champion. Never really had the chance before. Wants to put Windham out of trouble. Anyway, Cactus Jack and Vader are highlighted here. The idea there being the eventual power bomb that puts Cactus Jack on the shelf for a while, and they do the amnesia angle. This had happened just a couple of weeks before. Speaking of what's going on currently, though, the Hollywood Blondes are here in an enhancement talent match. They are your tag team champions for the moment. Pillman and Austin go pretty heads up at the enhancement talents, pretty simply put. Some chops and chop blocks. Austin more the brawler. Pillman more the underhanded cheater, as it were. Basics that are here. Pillman tosses the man to the outside. Double splash finish by the champions, and they are happy. Ric Flair starts the Flair with a gold set, which I have covered in other places. The idea being that Vader talks about not wanting to back down from anybody, fear no man, feel no pain. It implies that he can take Flair out if he wants to, but also implies that he, in fact, has no interest in doing anything other than taking out anyone who gets in the way, be it Davey Boy Smith, which is his main next challenger, or the benefit of Flair himself when the time comes. They start building that feud about 6 months before it happens. Hype from the Hollywood Blondes basically implying that they do not want to defend the championships against Douglas and Steamboat again. But Douglas in a singles match here with the World TV champion Paul Orndorff. Paul Orndorff, of course, being called Paula throughout the spring and into the summer by the fans. Where that originally started, I don't recall. It might have even been Ricky Steamboat or Cactus Jack doing it, but it started earlier in the year and continues for the pretty well remainder of his heel run. Big hip tosses by Shane Douglas. Douglas tries to keep the match going. Orndorff wants to cut the match down in size, metaphorically, slows the match down, takes a couple cheap shots at Douglas, and manages to keep things going. Crossbody by Douglas, doesn't get all he wants on it, and only gets a near fall. Orndorff manages to get a couple of cheap shots, another crossbody by Douglas, and then Douglas hits a series of, moves that makes it look like he could win the television championship, pounding on his chest like a true babyface would, but with less than a minute left in the match, there's a power slam by Douglas, hooks the leg on Orndorff. Orndorff gets the foot on the bottom rope. Match worth going out of your way to see, just in the semblance of how far Douglas has come in the time he'd been with WCW, and how WCW did end up kind of wasting a guy who could be a lot of fun. Anyway, Orndorff trips the legs and uses the ropes, getting an illegal victory using the ropes for leverage, and we will close on that note. Real short show because there's a lot of highlight stuff, and we'll be back with more right after this.